Hey folks, welcome back to Indab Africa. This is Chris. And last night I did a video in which I asked the question, is it safe to be South African? Now this was in reference to the scourge of kidnappings that take place in South Africa, in which they snatch people off the streets, sometimes for money, the same way they do in Latin America, and oftentimes, unfortunately, in the case of women and girls, to kidnap, gang rape, and murder. But the reason I did the video yesterday, in which I referenced another attempted kidnapping back in February, in which a young black woman in Johannesburg was nearly kidnapped, the reason I did the video was because of some closed-circuit television footage from a security camera that showed a gentleman being kidnapped. And it seemed a bit odd that the kidnappers had the fortuitous timing to bum rush the guy's gate and get in there. You may just wonder if gangs are not just driving around the streets waiting for gates to open and to snatch people. It seemed quite strange. Well, a little bit more illuminating news as to what apparently, supposedly, purportedly happened in that attempted kidnapping in Pretoria. Well, according to neighbors, the gentleman is divorced and is heavily into drugs and has a drug problem. So according to the neighbors, they contacted the wife, who told them that apparently the gentleman's brother, who lives in Cape Town, had arranged for an intervention to deal with his drug crisis. As a consequence, apparently he hired someone to take his brother off for rehab. Now, it seems quite odd, especially in a place like South Africa where violent crime takes place. The danger, can you imagine if the police had stumbled across this activity as it was happening, and what would have happened? It could have gotten the people who snatched this guy killed. Could have gotten shot by the police. Very dangerous activity to undertake anywhere, but especially there. Also, it underlies the question, the person was still kidnapped, whether the brothers sanctioned the intervention to take them or not. It's still kidnapping, so that's still factually accurate, but very, very strange nonetheless. I would recommend to anybody who has a family member who has some sort of drug addiction problem, you're seeking intervention, that this not be the approach that you take, particularly in a country like South Africa where things can be so quickly spun out of control. Anyway, folks, that's an update, the latest news on the purported kidnapping that took place in Pretoria recently in the middle of the night. Apparently, according to the gentleman's ex-wife, it was not a kidnapping, but rather an intervention to get him treatment for his drug problem. Don't know how true that is. It's almost as if we're talking about a soap opera here, the whole story. But the point is that I like to stick to factual information, and in this case, we have more information, which I don't know if it illuminates the story, but it certainly adds to the story. And again, not the wisest idea to snatch someone off the streets late at night, because the police were now involved and wasted, if in fact it was just an intervention and not a kidnapping, then the police have wasted their time and resources dealing with something that never should have come to their attention, if in fact that's the case. Whatever the case may be, folks, bizarre events in South Africa. And it also doesn't diminish the fact that there's a serious rash of kidnappings that are taking place in South Africa and that the government must find some way to deal with it. Anyway, folks, that's an update on the kidnapping and answering the question, is it safe to be South African? Thanks for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber to Chris White Africa, I ask you to smash the subscription button right up down there in the corner. And feel free to leave a comment. If you're befuddled and betwixt about this, I am as well. Finally, I asked you to smash the like button. Not that you like the fact that this happened, but that we cover these events and keep people informed. Thanks a lot. God bless, and have a good day.